Hey guys, welcome back to Wells Firewood. Today we're going to go to Paul's house, Paul's Tree Service. They've been in business for a long time around here. They just did a big oak removal, so we're going to go split all that we can split into the dump trailer and see what we can get. Hey guys, so we split oak today at Paul's. 7-way did not like the oak that we were splitting. That was the first time that I was disappointed with the 7-way. But oak is twisty, hard splitting wood, and you know, we hadn't sharpened the wedge yet. We sharpened the wedge when we got back here today, so it did a little better. But you know, it we also ran into a lot of termites, which is a big problem here in Florida. Unfortunately, you get a lot of good wood full of termites, and there's nothing we can do with it. You know, we end up throwing it all in the fire pit, so it's just a waste of our time. We don't even split it anymore. So
it doesn't freeze down here, so they don't die.
Yeah,
you know. So.
I wish it did. We'd sell a lot more firewood, but yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if you got termite problems and you're up north and they die, let us know because we hate them.
Yeah. So we didn't even quite fill up the 7x14 dump trailer, so it wasn't the most productive morning we've ever had. But we got all the good wood out of there. The smaller diameter, we didn't really want to mess with the bigger stuff. He had some big stuff there, but I just going through all the termites, we started cutting up wood that was no good, and we got out of there and came back here and started doing some stuff. We had some live oak here that was kind of same deal. The 7-way wasn't liking it, so we had Corbin and Isaiah on the 25-ton county lines. They were splitting the smaller stuff, and we went ahead and sharpened the 7-way. I mean, at that point, we only had smaller ones left, so we haven't really put it to the test, but I think it split a little bit better. But in general, I think the 5-way, I think the 5-way box wedge is going to be our best wedge for live oak. It's just so hard to split. It's twisted up, and I kind of knew from the videos, watching, you know, obviously I don't know anything about northern types of wood. We're in Florida, but I could tell that the 7-way might not really be the best wedge. But you know, like I said, a little bit of difference.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely did better. But it's a lot of the stuff we were splitting was like where the straight part would be, and then it was the elbow. You know, so it didn't like, they had a lot of knots. It was, you know, kind of crappy wood. It's not something that we would normally have here. We were at somebody else's house. So
yeah, well, even some of the stuff we had here was fighting with us. It just, and it's green, yeah, green wet wood, and it didn't really like it. And that's one thing we were talking about earlier, was changing wedges and getting, you know, trying to invest in faster resplit machines. We do like the county lines, but they're a little slow. So, you know, eventually we're going to have to get into something that you know, is capable of running a 4-way.
Everything's slow compared to that thing.
Well, yeah. It has a lot more power, obviously, than any of the little box store splitters we have. I mean, that goes without saying. But I think we're going to have to start using different wedges on the bigger live oak, because we were just ruining the wood today. It wasn't liking the 7-way. So, but anyway, like I said, we are going to get that 7-way off of there.
One day.
Yeah. I think we're gonna sharpen the other wedges. We have a tall 4-way. We got the 5-way box wedge and the 6-way, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna sharpen them before we use them. So,
I mean, if you're experienced in this and you know anything that would help, because we're just starting out with this machine, we're still figuring out how to use it. Like all the county lines is forward and backward, you know, and these are forward only, and we keep trying to go backwards, and we're just not experienced with it yet.
That's just something small that throws us off.
I mean, if you have experience with what works better for, if you're in Florida or whatever, Georgia, whatever, have experience with, you know, what works better for live oak, comment, let us know, you know, and it will help us out. We're just a small company and we're trying to get going, you know.
We're used to using a 2-way wedge, so the 7-way is pretty fancy for us. But I'm thinking the 5-way, the 4-way, you know, I think we'll just have to play with it, sharpen them first. But
yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, you're in Florida and you're wearing long sleeves. It's really hot, and these are like dry fit shirts, and kind of keeps you cooler, and you don't want the sun down here like it's like that Mario level where it tries to kill you. So you got to stay protected down here, you know. Yeah. UV.
We wear long sleeves for the sun here. So it's definitely not cold here.
It's not cold at all.
Although we are getting a cool front next week, so we might get some camping sales out of it.
Cool front. It's going to be like 70.
Well, actually, it's supposed to be around 50 midweek next week.
50. You know, people up north are like, ah, 50.
Anyway,
we're 20 below zero.
We're getting a little off track, but yeah, we'll have to try some different wedges. So thanks for checking us out, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Woo!